Hello. Our project is exploring the relationship between land cover classifications and the intensity of the urban heat island effect. All across the globe, there are areas in which dense urban centers are surrounded by rural landscapes. During the 1800s, scientists began to observe a positive temperature differential between urban centers and their rural counterparts. Scientists believed that despite their geographical proximity, urban areas became hotter as a result of human activity. This phenomenon is known as the urban heat island effect, which is the center of this project's research. The intensity of the urban heat island effect can be quantified using the average temperature difference between urban and rural areas. Although many factors may contribute to the urban heat island effect, our group aimed to compare the intensity of this phenomenon with land cover classifications in our areas of interest. Ultimately, we hope to answer the research question, what is the relationship between the disparity in land cover classifications, most green versus most urban, and the intensity of the urban heat island effect?
In order to solve our research question, we use land cover data from each group member's area of interest. Each AOI is a 3 by 3 kilometer space with 37 evenly spaced data points. We then use LANDSAT surface temperature data, or LST, to create heat maps that highlight the varying temperatures between the rural and urban area. From there, we calculated the intensity of the urban heat island effect in each of our AOIs, which is simply finding the difference between the average urban and rural temperature. We then classified each of our AOIs using Collect Earth Online and created graphs showing the distribution of land cover elements, which can then be analyzed. To create the images on the screen, we use the Google Earth Engine, a platform used for analyzing geospatial data. These images represent the heat maps in each of our AOIs, which were derived from Landsat land surface temperature data. Each image represents the aggregated LST data spanning from 2013 to 2022. We specifically selected the months of July and August for each year, as they represent the peak summer season where the urban heat island effect is most prominent. To visualize the temperature distribution, we assigned a color palette to the images. The blue color represents lower temperatures, indicating cooler regions, while the red color represents higher temperatures, indicating warmer regions. Each image utilizes its own relative temperature scale, where the average real temperature serves as the minimum value and the average urban temperature serves as the maximum. The urban heat island intensity indicates how severe each urban heat island is, which can further be analyzed to the percentage of land cover elements in each area of interest.
In conjunction with the previous visualizations, these graphs were created using Python and show the percentage of tree cover or rural area in each AOI location we investigated. The data comes from Globe Observer AOIs that were ultimately classified in CEO. As shown, AOI 31 had the most tree cover and was therefore the most rural out of the three AOIs. AOI numbers 3 and 32 were similar to each other in percentage of land cover and were more urban compared to AOI 31. Using the percentages of tree cover from CEO, in each AOI we created these scatter plots to visualize our results. These plots compare the UHI intensity with the percentage of tree cover and urban land cover in each AOI. As shown in plots, AOI 31, which was the most rural and had the most tree cover, also had the lowest UHI intensity. In contrast, AOI 3 and AOI 32 were more urban and had a much higher UHI intensity at almost 9. Ultimately, with these graphs, we were able to answer our initial research question of how land cover classifications correlate with the UHI effect. As seen in the graphs, the more tree cover and rural an area is, according to our classification method, the lower the UHI intensity. On the other hand, the higher the urban area, the higher the UHI intensity.
Ultimately, due to the scope of the project, we only had the time to analyze a few AOI locations. As a future improvement, it would be beneficial to analyze as many AOI locations from globe observers as possible to make concrete findings about this correlation. By beginning this research, we have reinforced the validity of land cover classifications, and we now have the capability to generally predict the UHI intensity of locations based on their classifications. Moving forward, it would help this research to either adopt a mathematical prediction model or create a comparison of the UHI intensity to other methods of classification. Lastly, we would like to thank the SEAS program and our team mentors for their help during our project and for giving us this incredible opportunity. SEAS Earth System Explorer mentors Dr. Russanne Lowe, Ms. Cassie Soeffing, Mr. Peder Nelson, Dr. Erika Podest, Andrew Clark, and James Irvin.